So if you are in the raw foods community, I mean, you definitely know Penni Shelton of Tulsa, Oklahoma. She has a huge meetup group. It's like 100 and it's almost like 200 people, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting really close to 200 people. And I started it last year when I went to New York and hung out with Drew Mill and Philip McCluskey and some of those guys and saw how they were doing it up there. And I realized, you know, all my social raw food contact had been online up to that point. And I was like, I have to have something like this in Tulsa. So I came back, joined meetup.com, and it was just me. And Debbie, one of the girls that's here already, she had encouraged me to start a group. And so I thought, well, maybe if I could have 3 or 4 people just to get started with. Well, at my first meetup, which was a year ago, almost to the day, we had 20 people.
Wow.
And now tonight we expect around 7.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's been great. I've loved it, and I've got a lot of support. Gail, a lot of people that have really helped me keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
And they help me with ideas as to, you know, what do we do next month, you know?
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Living here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know, where you're at, not many people are into raw foods. What on earth, like, why did you get into raw foods? Is it because you had a health issue?
Yeah, I had, from childhood, suffered with irritable bowel syndrome.
IBS.
I mean, to the point, IBS, to the point of, like, different times I couldn't leave my house. I mean, I was just afraid that I would, you know, it was alternating, constipation, diarrhea, all that. And so I had done a lot of alternative treatments, but nothing had ever really worked for me. And I'd totally lost faith in the traditional medical community. And I came across Carol Alt's book, Eating in the Raw, about 4 years ago.
Wow.
And it just made a lot of sense, you know. I was just like, the whole enzyme thing, and my digestion was so bad, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So I went raw overnight.
Nice. That's crazy.
Well, sort of like what you did.
Yeah, totally. So you healed yourself from IBS?
Within 1 week, my symptoms were completely gone.
1 week.
Oh, yeah.
IBS
I was like
gone.
whistling Dixie, clicking my heels.
So you didn't have Crohn's disease or anything like that?
No, but to this day, like, if I slip up and I go back and eat dairy, wheat.
It comes back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
My husband knows. He's like, he wants to get an RV just so, you know, we can travel and don't have to worry about me going, pull over.
Yeah.
But when I eat raw, I mean, really eat a clean raw diet, I'm just totally fine.
Yeah.
It keeps the train leaving the station right on time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. This is going to be very helpful for a lot of people. You can heal yourself from IBS.
Absolutely.
By going on a raw food diet. So when you were doing that, did you cleanse your colon at all, like when you first started?
Actually, I've been doing colonics for about 10 years. And that was before I even really knew that raw food was like something people did. So
it didn't irritate the IBS from doing the colonics?
Oh, the colonics were lifesaver to me.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I could go for a week and not have, you know, not go to the bathroom.
Jeez.
And, you know, talk about toxic. And because of that, I had recurring yeast infections all the time. Like, I'm sure that I had candida. They were having a big party in my intestines all the time. They were, like, high-fiving because I kept putting stuff in my body that was just causing them to proliferate. And so when I started doing colonics, it was a big help. But then when I did, you know, and I wouldn't go all the time. I'd go when I'd really get into an episode where I was having a hard time. I would always have one before I would travel. And then when I started doing the raw foods, I got back into colon cleansing, and I was just like, this is the way. And I know it's controversial. A lot of people don't like to talk about that, but I think they need to think about it.
Nothing cleanses the body and detoxifies the body better and is more effective than colon hydrotherapy. There's nothing out there. There is nothing.
I agree. I mean, it's like, I remember I had a series of 5 the first time I did it. And on the 5th one, I literally walked out, and I felt like I dreamed of Jeannie. I felt like my feet were off of the ground, and I was just like my whole countenance elevated. Because I'm sure my blood was probably, you know, I'm sure I had autotoxicity or whatever. And so it really made a difference. But the two together, you know, raw food and colon hydrotherapy.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm going to talk a lot about that tonight.
Good.
Maybe one day I'll do a little episode.
Let these people have it.
Oh, I will. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, they're going to have it. So, stay right there. We've got, like, tables and tables worth of stuff of product and fun stuff here. When we have available tables, we absolutely go nuts. Your husband's coming, isn't he?
Yeah.
You think he'll let me film him?
Oh, yeah. He's a realtor. I mean, he's like we call him the mayor of Brookside. He likes to work the crowd.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
And also, you said you're a little bit worried that he's coming because when he sees all this stuff here.
Yeah, because I literally said when they were starting to put it out, I thought it was going to tear up. Everything is so good. We have some raw food at our Whole Foods here. Recently have gotten it in our Whole Foods, but nothing like what's available here. The books and the food and the personal care products, all of that. I mean, Raw Food World, is that?
Yeah, the Raw Food World.
That's where you need to go. Get the hookup.
Thanks, Penny.
Get the 4-quart enema bag.
Yes. Nice.
You don't have to get up and go refill it. Just load her up.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I don't know, maybe we could get your husband on here in a little bit.
He won't be here till he'll be
Okay.
pulling up the rear at the final moments, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
So we'll catch him in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, just in case we don't, we've got over here
Penni Shelton.
from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Matt Monarch, and we'll see you tomorrow at the Raw Food World TV show.